My name is Linda Dowding. I'm doing career profile number 2 for Family 150. The job that I looked into was a family life educator in clinical therapy. And this particular position is with Interchange Trusted Residential Therapy in Park City, Utah. You would actually be working at Oakley School, which is in Oakley, Utah, about 45 minutes east of Salt Lake City. I did not have a career contact in this type of environment, but I contacted Interchange and was referred to their HR department. I left a voicemail message and received a call back this morning from Eric Backlund, a recruiting assistant for Interchange at 801-423-5297. And I visited with Eric about 30 minutes and discussed Interchange and the programs that they have available at the different facilities that they coordinate. This work environment is in a college band it's in a company that services college-bound teens, 14 to 19, who have emotional, behavioral, or addictive challenges. And the school has a balanced life approach that is based on 4 principles: academics, student life, therapy, and experiential education. They provide the student supports with teams that are working together in admissions and academics and clinical therapy that are all supporting the individual. The location is actually 45 minutes east of Salt Lake City, as mentioned. That's in Summit County, Utah, which is in Camas Valley. It's a beautiful area with a scenic route along the Weber River, and it's about 15 miles. 15 miles from Oakley is a wonderful canyon. It's just beautiful up there. The population in 2010 was about 1,470 with the census. They are famous for their annual rodeo on July 4th, and they have many tournaments up there: softball, baseball, soccer, and some of the typical stressors might be that remembering the youth that come up there are at risk. So the responsibility of the therapist would be to develop relationships with individual students that create a feeling of trust, and then helping these students have a desire to learn, grow, and overcome or maintain their emotional, behavioral, addictive challenges that they face. These relationships might at times be challenging due to just those particular personalities or idiosyncrasies that they have. So patience and endurance, wisdom and respect and self-control will be required, perhaps on a daily basis as you work with those youth, and also as you interact with their families, because this is not just individual therapy, it's individual, group, and family therapy to help strengthen all of them. The job listing lists the typical benefits would be that it's pretty conducive to sports enthusiasts and those that enjoy the beauties of nature. It's just a beautiful area up there. The work environment is a smaller caseload, and so those relationships will be deeper and more developed with your clients. The ad does indicate there's room for growth and training that will help impact the family and the individuals you work with. There's also relocation opportunities. They have different facilities in Utah, Montana, North Carolina, Texas, and there is a benefits package and a competitive salary. This did not come up as far as the benefits package when I spoke with Eric. We didn't talk about that. The tasks are to do individual, family, and group therapy and have an affinity for relational, experiential, and systematic modalities, have skills in discernment and therapeutic theory and intervention and teaching techniques. Some educational requirements: they would ideally like someone with a master's degree in social work, an MSW, or clinical social work, a CSW, or clinical mental health counseling, which is CMHC. They want a state of Utah license. They list further down the licensed clinical social worker would be all right, or a licensed marriage and family therapist would be okay. They would like 2 years experience as licensed therapist, 1 year work in a residential setting, and to pass a Utah State background check, have the ability to work with a team of clinical and residential staff, and have good verbal, written communication and professional documentation charting skills, and experience in treating youth, and the ability to create positive relationships. Their starting salary is $40,000 and it goes up to $65,000, so there's a good range there. Some information, miscellaneous. I looked into this a little further and I found more information on a different website. I looked at the Oakley website also, and it currently has multiple openings and it appears to be a great opportunity. The ad itself refers quite a bit to the physical area and the population, the rodeo and the sports in the community, and these combined with the clinical will be a great environment for healing and growth. And there's a great opening video on the Oakley School site, and there's also some subsequent videos that show the different other facilities that Interchange has available, such as the full shear treatment for transition, which is in Texas, that is actually on a ranch with horses, and it's for older females that is into their 20s. They can move through things and get into a college situation, move into an apartment on their own, being more able to move into the workforce. There's also one in New Haven that's for adolescent females that are, it's called New Haven in Spanish Fork, and that's another good one. It was a great source for me to see what they had available and to feel just kind of what they did and get a feel for or the good that they do. In speaking with Eric, I learned a lot about some of the things that they have to offer, and they offer internships in settings where you'd be an on-call individual helping with as a part-time assistant, being a mentor with students and working about a minimum of 16 hours a week with youth, and they do require a 7-month commitment in that type of a position in order to build a rapport with the youth, but it could count as an internship while you're doing that. They also have residential staff that work about 20 to 30 hours a week with youth, and they work just right alongside the counselors, just in all the activities that the youth are involved in the community, or doing their community service, or whatever activities they do in the evenings, things like that. They just kind of pair up with them. There's health assistants that work 8 hours a day with the students. They have aftercare, which is a program, I believe it was VIBE, that is a program with family for family support, and where the residential graduates are learning to focus on the next step, like college and life skills and careers, and they need life coaches for the families and for the residential graduates to guide them and support them through that. They have alumni network, which is coordinated by the parents of the previous students, and they encourage the students to come back 2 years after to share their story. This was just insightful and helpful, and so the kids at these facilities can stay 1 to 4 years depending upon the time frame when they enter, and they had like a graduation ceremony in August for them, so that the numbers do fluctuate a little bit in the census at the facility. For the internship, they are looking for someone with life experience, the ability to be a role model, the ability to build positive relationships, be a mentor, and desire to continue training. This was an amazing experience to go through this career review, and it's at jobs.interchange.com, job seeker, clinical therapist, or www.interchange.com, or oakley-school.com. Thank you.